Mind your own beeswax. Hey, counting up. Lean back.
We are back with another episode of Mind Your Own Beeswax. My name is Grace. How the hell are you going today? I hope you are feeling good. I am feeling super motivated this week. I'm feeling very inspired. This episode is all about manifestation, and I am back in my manifesting era. I am here to make big moves and absolutely make 2026 my bitch. I have got some exciting things happening. All my dreams are coming true, basically. So it has been off to a great start. I did have good intentions today to record a couple of episodes. I stayed up late last night preparing my scripts and doing research. And I had a really productive morning this morning. I made a coffee, I made bacon and eggs. I was like, yes, I am ready. Let's get after it. And then as I was putting the dishes away after brekkie, I accidentally dropped this gigantic big pink plastic chopping board that I have. It's like really big and thick. I dropped it and the corner of it landed on my second toe. And oh my God, I actually think she could be broken because my toe is so big and swollen and gone all black. Fucking hell. It was not good. I think I laid on the ground crying for about half an hour and then I sat there with some peas and ice on it. Oh, there is like nothing worse than dropping shit on your toe. I don't actually know if it's broken. I'm obviously not a doctor, but even just driving, like trying to put my foot on the brake, my toe, because it's my right foot, god damn it. She is sore. But you know what? I'm grateful. It's okay. I'll be all right. That was just my little toe update for you guys. So thank you for listening. Thank you for being here and listening to my toe drama. But let's get into the episode. We're not here to talk about toes. We are here to talk about one of my favorite topics, manifestation. Like I said, I have been called to manifest. Manifesting is not something I do all the time, and I don't believe that you need to be. I think it's important to have periods where you're manifesting. It's important to have periods where you're not. You cannot be at full power all the damn time. Now, the last time I manifested, I would say it was between January and September 2024, and I was hardcore manifesting, just manifesting the shit out of going to New York City. That had been my absolute dream for my entire life, was to go to New York. And 2024, I was making it happen. So I was deep in the trenches of manifesting. I was doing all of the things. And spoiler, I went to New York, and you bet it was the best time of my entire life. I think about New York. I think about it every single day. Honestly, I'm like manifesting a life where I can just go to New York regularly. Like, how do I make that happen? I don't know, but that is absolutely a part of my future manifestations. So, yeah, probably all of 2025. Once I got back from New York in October, I think I came back in October 24. I really have just not manifested anything since then. I've just been living, I've still had goals, I've still done things, but I've not been in that place of manifestation and really working hard and doing the deep work to make things happen. Now, since I've started this podcast, I am back, baby. Manifestation is a big part of my life. So, obviously, I'm currently manifesting 1,000 downloads by June. And then we're manifesting 10,000 downloads by December. So big, big goals. But I am using my tried and tested manifestation formula to make those things happen. And that is what I'm going to share with you today. I've got 5 key steps or 5 key elements that are the biggest and best things that you can do to manifest absolutely anything in your life, whether it's big or small, no matter what it is. These are the key things that are going to change your life and make your manifestations a reality. Now, I want to just elaborate on what I believe manifestation is. Manifesting can get a bit of a bad rap. I think some people think you kind of just wish for something and it will magically happen. The universe will magically deliver $1,000,000 to you. And sadly, that is not what I believe manifesting is. So if that's what you're here for, if you're here to wish for $1,000,000 and just wait for it to happen, maybe this is not the podcast for you. But if you want to make all of your dreams come true and you're willing to put in the work, stick with me. Now, I believe that manifestation is just purely the act of a thought becoming a reality. So, if you think about having a cup of coffee, you make it and it is there and it exists, technically that is manifesting. You have manifested a cup of coffee because it went from a thought to a reality. And that's my concept. Manifestation is a thought becoming a reality. But the way we're talking about manifestation in this episode is making whatever your dreams or your goals are, we are going to talk through them today because they are currently thoughts in your mind. And we're going to put a process in place that's going to help you manifest those thoughts into reality. Let's dive in. My 5 key steps for manifesting are: number 1, get clear. Number 2, connect with your feelings. Number 3, have faith. Number 4, practice gratitude. And number 5, take action. So, number 1, get clear. You really need to be clear on what it is you want. So, what is your intention or what is your goal that you want to manifest? You need to be as clear as possible. And the more clearer, the better. The more specific you can be, the easier it is going to be to go after it. Now, you don't have to be specific in the sense of if you want to manifest a house, you don't need to say, I want this house at this address. But just have a bit of clarity around the details. So perhaps you want a house with 4 bedrooms, you might want a house with a pool, maybe you want a house that's within 10 minutes of the beach. Get as clear as you can. Likewise, if you want a new job, can you be clear on perhaps the company you want to work for? If not, can you just be clear on what you want from that job, what you want your coworkers to be like? How do you want to feel in the job? How much do you want to earn? Become as clear as you can on the details of your manifestation. Once you've got clear on the details, we're going to tap into the feelings. So, when that manifestation becomes a reality, how are you going to feel? What are the feelings in your body that you're going to feel when that manifestation comes true? So, think about it now. Would you feel happiness? Would you feel joy? Would you feel like you've succeeded? Would you feel excitement? Would you feel pride? Whatever those feelings are, find them and really attach them to your goal. And I think this is a really great way to take a thought and really physically feel it into your body. And this is when it becomes really powerful. It's not just a thought. Your goal is almost like a feeling, and you can tap into that feeling and get your body excited for that goal to come true. And then anytime you feel those feelings of pride or joy or excitement when you're just going about your everyday life, you can go, oh, this is that. This is what I want more of. This is what's bringing me closer to my goal. It's really, really powerful. And when you're having times of doubt, or if you're struggling or feeling disconnected from your manifestation, can you pause and think about those feelings and try and feel them there and then and bring yourself back? And when you bring that energy back into your body of excitement, it's going to help you feel motivated and help you continue on that path to your goal. Next up, we have faith. Now, once we've got that intention, we know how we want to feel. You need to have 100% faith that that is going to happen. I love saying that you've got to live in a state of delusion that that goal is 100% going to come true, and nobody and nothing can tell you otherwise. Having 100% faith, it can at times be tricky because as humans, our brains are programmed to think crazy things and we worry and we have anxieties. So your brain might be like, oh, I don't know if I can achieve this, or it's coming up with reasons why you can't achieve that goal. I really challenge you that if you are not feeling 100% faith, can you write down a list of reasons why you think you can't achieve that goal? And that feels like a bit of a yucky thing to do, and I actually hate writing down negative things. But write them all down. And sometimes when you see them on paper, you're like, actually, it's fine. I can do it. Don't worry about it. Or maybe when you see it on paper, you go, well, now I know the things that are blocking me. How can I basically get everything back off that list? So, what can I do to remove these blockers? What are the things that I need to make this goal happen? And sometimes, yeah, you do have to unfortunately remove some of those blockers. It's not always as easy as having 100% faith. So, what are those blockers that you can remove that it's going to allow you to be 100% confident and know this goal is going to happen for me. And there's a fantastic quote or saying, I feel like, that's just been floating around for years. I've heard many, many people say it, is that when you're focusing on a goal, you can say to yourself, this or something better. And that means that this is going to happen. And if it doesn't, whatever happens will be better. So if you're manifesting a specific job at a specific company, you say, I'm getting that job. And if I don't, whatever I get will be even better. And I think that's such a fantastic way of looking at things, is that you know it's going to happen. And if it doesn't, whatever happens is going to be even better, because then you're putting out to the universe that you are destined for such great things that if this isn't great enough, something even greater is going to come your way. Next up, you know I love gratitude. Unfortunately, this is an important part of the process. You've got to practice gratitude. If you have a goal or an intention that you are manifesting, you have to be grateful for your current situation, because if you are currently living in a state where you're unhappy, you're negative, you're not enjoying that present place that you are at, nothing is going to change. The universe is not going to want to deliver you a better situation or new things or more money if you are not grateful for what you've got right now. And I love the example manifesting a car. You know, maybe you're manifesting a new car and you currently drive around, maybe you drive around a bit of a bomb. You don't look after it, you don't wash it, it's just full of shit. I mean, we've all been there. I think I used to have a bit of a wardrobe going on in the back of my old car. It's just full of crap and you don't look after it. You're not getting it serviced, maybe. You just treat it like shit and you call it a lemon, and everyone knows that you hate your car. Why would you get a new car? If that's how you treat your current car and you get a new car, you're probably just going to treat it the same. So why would anyone want you to have a new car? You know, if you were a parent and your child was saying, "Mum, buy me a new car," and they treat their current car like shit, no way. Absolutely, that is not happening. You need to practice gratitude. So if you're in that situation with your car, clean your car, look after your car, give it some love, be grateful for it. You know, maybe it's not what you exactly want, but that car is getting you to work every day. It's getting you from A to B. Imagine if you didn't have that car. Imagine if you existed in the world. I always think this, like 1,000 years ago. Like, we would have had no cars. You would have been walking around, maybe getting on your horse and carriage to get somewhere. It is so incredible and such a privilege to have a car. Likewise, whatever your current situation is, you know, for me, a big goal I have currently is getting 1,000 downloads. So, right now, every time I open my app and I look at how many downloads I've got, as of today, I just ticked over 200. I am so grateful. And when I look through all my statistics and I see the devices people are on and the countries, I really go, wow, I am so thankful that that person from Canada, shout out to my one listener in Canada, I'm so grateful for them. I am so grateful for these 100 people that have listened through Spotify, or those 20 people that have listened through iHeartRadio. I am so grateful to every single listener. And if I wasn't grateful, if I just sat around and was like, oh, only 200, that's not much, negative, negative, I would channel that into my work. My episodes would not be filled with genuine gratitude, and you guys would know that. You've got to have gratitude, and that is genuinely what I'm doing. I'm so grateful for every single download, and I know that that energy is so genuine, and I have no doubt in my mind, I've got 100% faith that I will have 1,000 downloads in no time at all, because I'm channeling all my love and all my gratitude into that situation. Now, the last step is action. And perhaps this is the one that might surprise you the most, but I would say it is the most obvious. The reason I added action as my final step in my manifesting formula is because of a conversation I had with someone maybe about a year ago. So I was talking to this person about manifesting, and they said, I don't believe in manifesting. And I said, oh, that's disappointing. Why don't you believe in manifesting? And they said, well, I've been trying to manifest getting a new job for years now, and it's never happened. So it doesn't work. And I said, oh, okay. Can you tell me what have you been doing to manifest a new job? And they said, well, I've just been imagining myself getting a new job, and that's it. And I was like, right. Right. That is not how it works. I said to this person, okay, well, how many jobs have you applied for? And they said, well, none. I just thought it would happen. And this is where I realized, I was like, okay, manifesting is getting a bad rap. I think people think you just wish for it and it comes true. If you want to get a new job and you're manifesting, you're feeling the feelings, you're having faith, you're practicing gratitude, I guarantee that if you start applying for jobs, something will happen. Unfortunately, the chances of getting a new job when you're not applying for any jobs are pretty slim. And don't get me wrong, yeah, some people do just get offered jobs out of the blue. There's going to be an extremely high chance of getting a new job if you're actually applying for jobs. And this goes for any manifestation. Whatever it is you want, yes, you can be clear on your intentions. You can associate those feelings with your goal. You can have faith that it's going to happen and you can be grateful for what you've got right now. But if you don't take the first step towards that manifestation, it is never going to happen. When I went to New York, if I just sat around doing those things, imagining myself in New York, feeling how good it would feel to be there, but if I hadn't bought a ticket to New York, there's no way I would have got there. And unfortunately, I think people don't like to hear this, that you have to take action. And taking action will, one, literally get you closer to the goal, but taking action will also show the universe that, yes, I want this. I am working for it. I am doing whatever I can to get myself closer to that goal. If you think manifesting is just wishing your goals out into the universe and they will happen magically, that is not true. You need to take action. Nothing is going to happen unless you make it happen. And it can be a small step or it can be a big step. It's just got to be a step towards your goal. And no matter what it is, as long as you are moving forward, that is the right direction. Now, if you're listening to this episode and you have an idea in mind of what you want to manifest, this is what I would like to leave you with. So get clear on what it is you want. Start thinking and saying positive thoughts around that manifestation coming true. Focus on how you're going to feel. Find that feeling that you know will happen when you achieve your manifestation. Sit in that feeling. Feel it as often as you can. And anytime you feel that feeling, think about that goal. Have faith that this or something better is coming your way. Practice gratitude for where you're at right now. And don't forget the final step, take action. Make that shit happen. Get out there and get after it. I hope that after this episode, you can get out there and manifest some amazing things. I would love to hear from you. If you apply these methods and you manifest something, let me know. That is my dream, is that you guys listen to these episodes and you message me and tell me amazing things that are happening in your life. Like I said, I manifested my dream trip to New York. I actually manifested a job a number of years ago. If you listen to my second episode when I hit rock bottom and I couldn't get out of that toxic job that I had, I really applied this method. I got clear on what I wanted, and I actually was clear to the point that I wrote down the name of the business I wanted to work for, and I wrote down my salary that I wanted, which is wild because when I started that job, I got it. I looked back and I was like, oh my God, I wrote that entry down and I got offered a job with that company and I got offered that amount of money. Absolutely wild. But I would manifest so thoroughly. I was clear on what I wanted. I felt the feelings of how good and how successful I would feel in a new job. I had 100% faith. I knew that I was getting out of that business. And I practiced gratitude. I practiced gratitude for the things that I had learnt, for the skills that I had. And through practicing gratitude, that's how when I was interviewing for jobs, that gratitude made me realize, hang on, I've actually got all these amazing skills and I've become really tough and I've become really confident. And the gratitude that I practiced is what I really used to sell myself in interviews for other jobs. And then obviously, I took action. I would apply for jobs all the time. And when I eventually connected with the company I wanted to work for, I actually didn't get offered the job. I repeatedly applied for jobs and I would just ring HR and be like, hey, you got anything for me? You got anything for me? I never gave up. I kept taking action. But, if I didn't take action, I couldn't do all these things and just expect the company to find me out of the blue. I had to take action and put myself out there. So I hope you are feeling inspired and excited and ready to manifest your dreams. Like I said, 1,000 downloads. I am coming in hot. We are going to get there. So thank you for listening to this episode. Thank you for adding to my download stats. I hope this episode has found you at a time you need it the most. Have a lovely week, my friends. I will chat to you next time. Love you. Bye.
Mind your own beeswax. Hey, counting up.